Hey there guys, how you doing? This is Ice9 and we're gonna do another Madden Mobile video, and holy indeed, Bengal Bump, he pulled Amon Green, the boss card from an Ultimate Legend pack. So see, some luck does exist that I got a bunch of other guys to pull packs. I pulled some packs too today. I did about, I don't know, 700 to 800K. Didn't get anything and stopped before I got too far into it. Didn't even really get enough to do the Champ Bailey card. I didn't get the year, which is a very rare collectible. But I just wanted to give him a shout out. Bengal Bump's been with us since late last season. And he's been a really good player for us. He's a really good guy. So I'm really happy to see him get a good pull, and happy to see somebody in my league get a good pull. That is awesome. So definitely, that is very, very cool. And I believe that he's playing him now. Let's find him. And there's Bengal. Oh, doesn't do a 98. Nope. He might have sold him. He might have sold him. All right. Oh, well, what are you going to do? He's going to get some coins for him. We'll check out and see what he's going for at the auction house. But there you go. Apparently not good enough to keep. Went back to Williams, who does have a better boost. And actually, I didn't mind the way that Williams plays, to be honest with you. I know that BCA is all the way back in September, so in terms of that, wow, he looks like I don't know if he had heroes before on his offensive line. Maybe he did. Seem to remember him having a better offense than that for whatever reason. Maybe he's just selling players and just trying to get some new stuff, hopefully with selling green. But yeah, of course, CJ2K's got, all the green in the world over Williams, but I kind of like those small running backs like that, and he's pretty elusive. That's what I found, and with the diagonal speed, that might help him out a little bit. With the speed booster, it helped him out too, so really not a bad card, and obviously it's a great boost. So, he went back to him, and looks like he has sold the car. So anyways, we're going to play some head-to-head. Let's see what we got. Knox strong. I'm up 3-0. The dreaded Pittsburgh Steelers defense. Not running into many counters at all. Low percentages against the short pass, which is, of course, what I like to do. He's just running into the soft counters. All right, so let's play him and see if we can't have a little bit more success. Although short passing, I find, is a little bit more difficult against the 3-4. No doubt about it. The Steelers 3-4, there's just something about it. It plays nasty. All right, so we're going to take that touchback, and we will find out quickly if he's made changes to his defense. All right, so Olsen gets the catch. And Olsen did fumble for me today in league to league, but in fairness, I was trucking with him, so that happens. All right, first down. Strong IFB middle, and sometimes with the 3-4. Nope, I get the fullback on that look, but sometimes I really got to go to the tight end on that play. We'll run trips, tight end stick. And don't mind the cat. She was just fed. No animals were harmed in the making of this video. That's a counter, but not the severe kind. So we're going to take that all the way out to the outside because the chances of fumbling and getting cracked are more. But I get a good little gainer out of that. All right, we'll try curls flats, recommended play. That is closing in a hurry. Luckily, I get it there in just enough time. And let's go with that flip spread FL drag, and no counters as of yet. And to the outside, there we go. Maybe close enough for curls, which I will try. That's a good look. Lob. But that was just, man, guy was on me right away like nobody was blocking. Okay. We're going to try double slants. We might not get a good look. That looks like a counter. And that sure as heck is 21%. So I believe he beefed it up a little bit here. And I'll take another field goal here if I have to. That's a counter look. And it is not a counter, but stopped at the goal line. Maybe should have tried deep curls on that play in hindsight. But I'll take that 3 points. And hopefully that's good enough for the time being. Although all it takes is a touchdown. But no matter what he does, I'm going to have an opportunity to win. Let's play one more. Easy E, who I've had on video before, and he's really good. I already looked at this one and I changed my setup against him. I changed the game plan against him because he uses some plays that I have in a primary hard counter unit that I run, and so we got to try to answer now. Drive 2, and I forget what he runs. I've played him now a few times, but I forget what he runs. I think it's a soft counter setup. And I'm going to have to figure out those percentages. But for the time being, I'm going to start off with what I normally do, is the short passing game. Alright, so let's see what Easy has going on this time. When you play a guy as much as I've played him, you might run into some nasty surprises. Had to thread the needle on that one. That is all timing. Strong IFB middle. Improve the angle. Sherman catches. Got to give him just enough time to try to get that ball to him. If you're within 5 yards and you bullet it, a lot of times they will drop it. Let's go to curls flats. Outlets open. And based on what happened earlier, I was trucking. Oh, actually, I'll go into my league drives today, because I've been having a hard time putting up 20 plus the last few days, and it seems to me sometimes those short passes, I'm getting eaten up with counters at some point. So I was trying to get more out of plays, and I got caught that way. So unfortunate. All right, so let's see what's going on this one. We're going to go wide receiver 1. And we are going to try to run the football to the outside. That is a counter look. And I tried to spin move in the hole. Not real high percentages. We're going to go to that trips tight end stick. That's a hard unit. Based on those percentages, it's just shitty drop. Okay. Flipped spread FL drag. Countered look. That might be a hard. Nope. Just caught the counter. And that is the end of that drive. Nothing I could do on that play. Got very freezy. And you're owned. And win. Field goal will do it. If I could get there. So let's see what I need to do. And pretty much 20% is a fair amount, but not a crazy amount. Yeah, and I just caught a critical and a fumble. So nothing I could do there. The short passing at 20% means he's probably got Y stick. Maybe 1 or 2 other short passing plays in there, hard countered. That's what I'm going to guess and assume. So we need 3, and if I get close enough, I'll take 3. I will definitely take it. And Olsen getting us a little closer. Gonna run outside. Very freezy. Very, very freezy. Strong IFB middle. Makes somebody miss on his own, 28%. That is a higher percentage. He's got a different unit in here. And I better be careful. I'm going to proceed, but I'm going to have to be very careful based on what's going on here. Try to mix in a couple runs in here. And Johnson doing what Johnson does, dragging people. And should really run at this one a little bit more. Outlet is open. And guess what? Right there, right then, we will take that. We will take that. Hand drive 6 for a win. Occasionally, you got to go for it in those situations, but you know, it does work to be smart. That 3 is enough, even though I really need to come back against Larry. But anyways, though, basically, so we don't have too much to talk about yet this week. Wednesday, we'll get our positional heroes, obviously, so we'll get that. But we are going to talk about the Ultimate Legends for this week. It is significant that we get another 99 corner through a set. And I'm missing that year card and I'm missing the rookie. But if we look at this, and we'll actually look at him in the auction house. But this is a really solid card with 97 man coverage. 93 PLR is not bad. Strength is pretty good. Base awareness is excellent. The tackle is not particularly weak. Do like the cover art a lot for the Ultimate Legends. It's pretty cool, that whole broken glass thing. It's kind of cool. So that is a very good player. If we move on to the set-based version of Mon Green, so another 98 halfback. You know, this is welcome considering, you know, that there's not a heck of a lot of 98 plus halfbacks. But if we look at the stats here, and I believe the trucking number is a little bit better on this card than, say, CJ2K, but 93 speed does not overwhelm. It's not overly impressive. He's pretty strong. Catch number is decent. The carry number is okay. The elusiveness is okay. Everything is decent with the card, but it's not great. And here's the thing about playing this game for 3 years and seeing what's happened each and every year so far, and it's actually got more and more. Year 1, there were no GTs. You know, there were the Mobile Masters, and as the year went on into the summer, it got ridiculous. It got absolutely ridiculous how good those cards got. Last year, the same type of thing happens. There was a GT Dion card that I had on my team, and that was an April release. That was the first round of GTs, and ended up making my legacy team. If you look at the stats, they're insane on this card, especially the tackle on a Dion card. This is nuts. Absolutely nuts on this card. The thing was, there was a better version of Dion. There was a boss version, which of course they didn't have, boosts on the bosses last year. But there was a boss Ultimate Legend Dion, and even a set base that in some ways was a little bit better than this card. Believe it or not. Couldn't tackle, but some of the coverages and some of the other stats on the card were really, really good. But that's just to give you an idea of what comes out. in terms of some of the cards. Here's Doc. Got to keep in mind there's +4 speed on this team. But one of our positional heroes from last year, there's nobody with that kind of speed. This was week 1 positional hero. And ended up being good enough to make the legacy team. Made a lot of plays for me. But then just regular set-based Ultimate Legend Brooks here, boosting up to 98 speed, so that put him at 94 speed, with 96 zone coverage, 95 base, really high hit power, pursuit, tackle, everything are good. Same thing here with Lewis. Actually, coverage this year, they're a little bit better, but, I haven't seen a linebacker besides, what was that card now? I'm forgetting the card. 99 middle linebackers. There's not many with that kind of speed as so far. I believe one of the combine cards had it, though. I was just looking up what Jerry Rice is going for because I think his days are numbered. Shazier. That's what it was. It was the Shazier card that had really good speed on it. But other than that, there's not too many cards with a lot of speed at middle linebacker. But when players like this are probably going to be coming out, the Clowney card, with its insane stats, and then at wide receivers, just as an example, some of the cards that are coming out, Andre here, Barry, and Boss Elway, and just, insane stats. That was a pretty late card. That was a summer card last year, Ultimate Legend Boss. But when it's really hard to make coins like this, as it is right now, with the lack of really good promos going on, to break the bank, and I went after Bailey a little bit. And, I would have liked to have gotten the set-based card, and it would have sure been nice to get that boss card. We're going to check them out in the auction house now. We're going to kind of look at these cards. It's 99 Champ Bailey. And he's really the more relevant of the two Ultimate Legends for the week. So here's the set-based 2 million. And not a heck of a lot out there. So apparently this year card's hard to pull. So week 1, he's 2 mil. Look at the stats versus Peters. And here's the problem. Coverages are better. One thing I will say about Champ Bailey is his legend card earlier in the year was the best corner in the game, in my opinion. A total ball hawk. Got a lot of picks against me. Finally had to pick him up, and I was just like, man, card just makes plays. So I'm sure this is much the same way. Might even be about as good as Peters, but the thing is, there's no boost, of course. It is a 99 corner, but with 95 speed and these kind of stats, it's not a legacy-worthy card. It's just not. Better cornerbacks are going to come out. It's a good card if you need a corner right now, but if you don't have Peters, I'd rather have Peters than this one. The Peters card's a much better value, and it's proven. That card makes plays. So looking at this, it's just not a move I'm willing to make. And then even the boss, which, going for 17 mil, somewhere in that range, still 99 man coverage, but the PLR is still only 93. Only 93 isn't bad, but it's not 95, it's not 98 or 100 or something insane. The speed isn't insane either. This is a card, it's got a great boost, no doubt about that. Could easily play corner 1 or 2. I don't know if I put him in over Peters, though, because Peters does the job. As far as I'm concerned, he does the job. Julio is about as hard a receiver to cover as possible in this game. He's easily boosted up to 99 speed. He's tall, 98 jump. So that's a really tough card to defend, and Peters does a great job. So, I mean, yeah, you could get this guy and play him at corner one, but that's a lot of red over Peters. And, Peters being the known type of thing. Now, don't get me wrong, awareness boost is great from an overall point of view. I'm sure it's great, but, it's not a card to really knock yourself out over. And at any rate, what can you really do? I mean, if you spend that kind of coins on a player right now, I mean, your prospects of making it back, unless you're just working the auction house all the time, which I know guys who do, I don't. I simply don't. So when it comes to coin making methods, things of that nature, here's what I do, guys. I work full time. I work a job. I don't have time to be working the auction house. The other thing that I learned the first year of playing this game into the summer is that I don't enjoy working the auction house for hours and hours and hours on end. It's just not something that interests me. I understand the economy. I like the market dynamics and the various things, but I don't really do much in the auction house, guys. My videos and what I do, they're pretty much about gameplay. They're about gameplay, they're about leagues, they're about things of that nature. There's not going to be a lot of pack openings. I might do one now and again, but really what I do to make coins is when a good live event comes out, I'll work it and I'll make coins off of it. That's what I do using stamina refills. There's no other secret because there's two things. I prefer it over grinding in the auction house and taking risk on investments there. So I prefer that. And also I'm playing the game. Even if I'm playing a live event, even that terrible linebacker event from Gauntlet, to me, I'm just not that big of an auction house rat. I just am not. So, I mean, that's just the way it is, guys. So, just wanted to make that clear for everyone. And now we're going to check out halfbacks and see what our choices really are at this point with this new green card. So, wow, we've got somebody asking $49 million for Melvin Gordon. 100 elite trophies don't cost that. That's absolutely insane. Here we go. Here's one at just over $1 million. And a 900,000 starting price with no bids on it whatsoever. So what do you think is going to be the better value? Now, set-based version of greens already going for 700 and sitting. We could see AP coming down here, and as well, Ultimate Legend Marshawn Lynch. There's AP for $1.5 million. A lot of people still really like this card, and for good reason. It's a good, solid card. Just doesn't have very good catch. Here's the Gerhardt card. With good catch, extremely strong, good trucking. There's Marcus Allen, under $3 million now. There's Boss Lynch for under $20 million. And $12 million for Lynch. And here is this boss card of green going for just over $8 million. Let's check this out. Stats versus CJ2K catches it better. BCV is pretty useless considering how much people use her the running back. For an auto run, it might be a little bit better. This one is 95 speed, is a bit better, but still, there's all kinds of red over CJ2K, and I'm not saying this card probably plays real well. Trucking is higher. It's in the high 90s, I believe, on this card, but, it's not bringing a lot of coins. There's the CJ2K. And, so our choices are still pretty limited at 98 halfback and above. But a lot of people now, look at this AP card going now for under $1 million. Well under $1 million. So if you always wanted that ghost card, there's your opportunity to get it. Not a bad card for the money now. Especially if you like a pure running back. I hear that is a great card for that type of thing. So, It's just kind of an interesting thing, and we'll see. I mean, Easter is coming, obviously, and we'll see what that promo is. I really do hope this year is different than last year, where the best players were really in Easter. And the thing was, the live event, you got so much stuff out of it: bronze players, bronze trophies. You got all kinds of stuff. They just dumped events out there, or dumped items out there in the auction house. A lot of people weren't even bothering selling bronze and silver players. They were just converting them into trophies, or doing upgrade trophy sets and stuff like that. This year, if they do a silver medal master, the better thing to do might be to just put them out for high prices on the auction house, let them expire and sit there. So it's basically like virtual bench space. Of course, the EA could always come along and, you could lose all your stuff that way. But if it's bronze stuff anyways, it might be a better risk to take to have that kind of stuff rather than convert it all and you lose every time that you do something like that, converting 5 bronze trophies into a silver, converting a silver, 5 silvers into a gold, and etc. You lose a lot along the way in terms of value and coins by doing that. I don't know what they're going to do this year, Easter, but last year it was the type of thing where you could get those garbage type of things, and then they had a lot of elites, and you could do elite sets. But once again, it was but it was the type of thing where the boss cards were only available through packs. Those types of things, I'll throw a little bit of coins at them like I did today with Boss Bailey, who I was hoping to pull and didn't, of course. But really, the set-based players have to be more relevant, in my opinion, this year. If the set-based players have boosts, and they have good boosts, then that promo will take off a little bit, and I will certainly work it at that point. I will work the promo. If it's the type of thing where you get some 98 players, which may or may not make my team, and the best players, again, are boss, pack-only type of players, in my opinion, the event's going to be more of the same. And it's not really going to do much for the economy. It really, besides the throwbacks right now, this game does need more 98 plus players with boosts that we already had through Pro Bowl and the Super Bowl. That's what we need. 98, 99 players, preferably 99s, of course, with good boosts, available through doing sets, through the live event. Then I'll work it, and a bunch of other people will work it. And if the parts are auctionable, then it'll help the economy of this game quite a bit. Because one of the problems is that EA runs into, okay, they get rid of all the coin sellers, so nobody could buy coins. Nobody could sell coins for cheap. Okay, that's fine. They want to patch that. If they don't fix it where people can make coins, nobody could afford to open all these packs and get all these players. Especially when the pack odds are as terrible as they have been. Bengal Bump aside, he got lucky. I was glad to see somebody get lucky, though, because this whole year, I think a couple guys pulled John Randall earlier in the year, 94 card. So that was pretty good. But other than that, we don't get a lot of pulls. We could see it now in our league. And when you got a league of 20 plus people, you're starting to see some numbers. You got an active league where people are opening packs, and you can see how bad the odds are. It's not just you. The odds are not very good. That's the first 99 pull that I have seen in my league in 2 years. Really has been. I don't recall another 99 card being pulled like that. I do remember one, GT Deion Sanders, last April. But that was out of regular packs, not through Campus Heroes or something like that, where Big John Riggins got Clowney. But that was the Campus Heroes. That was an expensive thing to do. That wasn't just a pack or anything like that. But other than that, you can see what the odds are. So, you know, they need promos ideally where people could get the better players through work, or like me, spending money and then working live events and things like that. They need to have something like that and get back to that. But it's EA. We'll see. We'll see what they do. You know, in terms of this year, it seems like everything's been more pack only, unauctionable items, and you know, I must admit, I'm a bit pessimistic about how Easter's going to pan out. And I hope All Rookie is good too, and that they bring it out and that it's going to be a good event as well. But, you know, if they want to maximize, it seems to me, the revenue out of the game, they have to give rewards to people who know they could get them if they put in the work and not by luck pulling packs. You know, the luck is just, you know, people get burned and burned and burned, and it gets to the point where you can't make any coins anyway, so you can't even open packs, and it gets very discouraging. We need a promo where you could get good players through a live event. That is my take on that. So we'll see how it goes, though, and we'll see what EA does. But that's it, guys. That is my video, and as more promos come out, and I'll do more gameplay as well for you guys. Thanks for watching.